So how much money do you really need to get started selling on Amazon? 100, 500, 1,000? Can you get started with zero? Well, it really depends. So in this video, I'm going to find out. Let's go. So why does it depend? Well, the first question you're going to ask yourself is what and how are you going to be selling on Amazon? You can sell obviously, thousands, millions of different products, and you can sell it in very different ways. So some of the main ways you can sell on Amazon is dropshipping. You've got arbitrage, you've got wholesale, or you've got private label. They're the main ways really that you're going to be selling on Amazon. So let's dig into these a bit deeper. What are they? So for wholesale, you're going to be buying more volume, so probably less quantity of different SKUs. So you're going to be like buying 1 or 2 SKUs probably to begin with, and you're going to need more capital at the beginning. So really, I don't think this is a great idea when you're getting started on Amazon, because for me personally, I want to be trying as many different products as possible. If I've got 5 different products and a lot of quantity of those, then I'm not really testing the market as such. I want to be putting in as many products, 100 different products in different categories if I can, and then seeing what really sells and really going through it like that, and really learning from my mistakes as much as learning what works as well. So, and then you've got private label, where you're finding a product that sells on Amazon and you see a gap in the market where you can make it better, right? You then buy it from, for example, China. You get it manufactured in China. Doesn't have to be China, can be anywhere in the world, but mainly China, and you use sites like Alibaba, for example. You get that product manufactured, you make it better, and then you get it sent over to whatever country you're in or whatever country you're selling, and that's your branded private label product. But you really need more capital again to get started. $500 is not really going to be enough for you to get started, so you're going to take too long. Is just the cost of shipping, for example, a sample is probably going to be $100 or more. So really, you're going to need something in the range of like 2,000 minimum, I would say. Ideally more like 5 to 10,000 plus. So for me to begin with, that's probably out. And then you've got drop shipping. So drop shipping, we are selling a product basically already on Amazon. We don't have that product, so then that product gets ordered from the supplier and gets sent straight to the customer. So the good thing is you can start from zero basically, but it's going to take a long time to scale. And for me, you don't have the benefits of using FBA logistics, things like that. You don't necessarily need that. But for me, I'm going to go with arbitrage. So that's what we're going to be focusing on in this video. We're going to talk about arbitrage, because you can start from a very small amount, or you can start from a decent amount, and then you can really speed things up. So we've been doing this for 8 years. We've done over 6 million euros on Amazon, selling in all countries across Europe. So if we can do it, you can do it too. Now let's go into this and see if we can start from zero or how much we really need. So I've separated this into 3 different versions, right? We've got like the bare bones, let's give it a go version, and we've got an intermediate version, and then we've got the fast track version. So let's get started. So we're going to call this version I Got Nothing, right? So what do we need? We need an Amazon seller account. Now, you can start off with the Pro plan, but it's going to cost you $40, 40 euros a month. So don't do that. Start with the individual plan, and you can see that you're going to be paying €1 or $1 per unit that you sell, but you're not going to have that upfront €40, $40 cost. So get started here, and then later on you can switch over to the Pro plan, and you're going to get more benefits with a Pro plan, like the buy box and things like that. If you don't know what a buy box is basically when you go on Amazon and you see the price and you can just buy it straight away, immediately, just one click and it's yours. That's the buy box. That's the benefit. You don't see all of the other sellers there, because the rest of the sellers are hidden. You have to search for those. Some of those sellers may be a cheaper price, but you don't see that. You just see that prime buy box there. So that's what that is. Ideally, we want to go for that, but we can do that later. Now, you're going to need some training. Now, at the beginning, you got no money, right? So just get on YouTube, just see as many videos as you can, find someone that you like this channel, and follow them, and just get as much free training as possible. So it's going to really speed up your process of learning, and really you learn most when you're out and doing it in the trenches, when you're in stores finding products, or you're spending the time online. So at the beginning, don't invest in training, for example. If you haven't got the funds, invest the most in inventory. So what else do we need? So we're going to need some software. So we can get the free Amazon Seller app, and that comes with the Seller Central account. So you can use this to scan products, to find products in stores, and you can also use it to scan products to your Amazon Seller Central inventory. And then we're going to use a product called Helium 10. So ideally we use Keeper. The free Keeper is not going to help you. So if you want a free version that's going to give you some information, use Helium 10. It's got a Chrome extension where you can use it. It's very similar to Keeper. And I got started with that. And then you've got a free extension, which is called OS Add-on. Now, this is going to show you all of the sellers on this product, and it's really going to help you make a decision whether there's a lot of competition or there's not much competition, and it's a good product to sell on. So that's it with the software. Let's get into supplies. Now, what are we going to need? Now, we're talking bare basics, right? So we are going and we're finding boxes. We're seeing boxes that people are throwing away, getting some boxes from around the house or up in the loft, or we're just going to a store and just asking them if we can take the boxes that they're going to throw away. Most of the time, they've got no problem. Now, we still do this today, and we've got some friends that have got some bakers, and basically where they're cooking the bread, then it comes all frozen most of the time these days. So we take those boxes and we still use them to this day. And it can save you a hell of a lot of money. If it doesn't cost you too much time, it's worth doing. But at the beginning, you're going to do this, right? You're not going to spend. So you are going to need some packing tape. So really, you can get this from almost anywhere. It's like a euro or a dollar or a pound a roll. So just get one roll to get started, and that's all you need. And then we're going to need some scales. When we're sending a box to Amazon, we're going to need some scales. So we started using our bathroom scales, and we carried on doing that for like 2 years just to make sure the box was under 15 kilos when we're sending it. So that's, it's a standard rate here in Europe. So I know in USA you get charged per pound. So you're going to need some decent bathroom scales. If you got them, great. Otherwise, you're going to need to invest in some scales on Amazon. You can get these from like $20 to $50, 50 euros, something like that. So ideally, bare bones, let's just use what we got for now. If we can use some bathroom scales, perfect. So we're going to need some labels. Now, to label the products, we can use at the beginning Amazon's label service. They're going to charge us 20 cents, a bit more than 20 cents per unit to begin with, but you can price that into when you're searching for products. So you're not going to want to invest like 100 to 200 euros on a thermal printer and some labels at the beginning. So I would not do that at the beginning, and then do that once you get further down the line, you start making some money. Now you're going to need a printer for the shipping labels. So if you've got a printer, awesome. If you haven't and you can't invest in one to begin with, go to the library or the newsagent, something like that, and they can just print you off per page. They're going to charge you like 20 cents a page probably. But at the beginning, you can just do it on a shipment by shipment basis, and that's probably the best way. Later on, then you can invest into a printer. So how much have you spent so far? Well, bare minimum, you've bought a roll of tape. And if you haven't had to invest in, for example, printers and things like that, then you've just spent like $1 or $2, something like that. You got your boxes for free. And if you want to pay for them, you can pay for them. But at the beginning, I wouldn't pay for anything if I didn't have to. It was just really, really bootstrapping the business and putting everything else into inventory. Now, you may say, right, I've got no money for inventory. What am I going to do? You're going to have to go around your house. You're going to have to find products that you can list and sell on eBay, Etsy, or even Amazon to begin with, and other similar sites, just so you can get some cash to begin with. Because really, you're going to need like 100 to 500 euros or dollars or pounds to get started. Now, if you haven't got it, that's fine. Just start being really, really clever and going around your house and finding products you don't want anymore. Now, I'm pretty sure if you go around your house, you've probably got a 500 to 1,000 worth of products that you don't really want or use anymore. And you can just flip those and get the ball rolling, get some money for inventory, and then get started. So that's that. We're going to move on to the next version. Now, this is a version that I would really want to start, or even the next level up, because this first version is going to take you so much time. Your profit lines are going to be pretty flat, and then they're eventually going to start going up. But it's going to take you a long time. Let's go to the next version. So if you like this kind of content, please smash that like button, and it really helps the YouTube algorithm just push this video out to more people like yourself. So do that. So this next version is really something that I think we're going to be more interested in. If you've got a bit of capital, if you've got like 500 to 1,000 euros, pounds, or dollars to start, then go for this, because it's really going to speed you up. So the name of the game really is to replace our salary, right? So that may be 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. I don't know what it is for you, but if we can replace our salary from our job, that we don't really like, we don't want to be told what to do all the time, then we've got the freedom to be able to do what we want when we want. We work as hard as we want, we make more. We don't work as hard, we don't make as much. But it's our choice, right? The idea is to work hard and smart at the beginning. Then it's really going to exponentially grow your business. So this, we're talking about the level up version. So this is when you've got about 1,000 to start with. I'm not going to say euros, pounds, or dollars anymore because it doesn't really matter. If you've got 1,000 to start with, you're in a real good position to be able to get going with arbitrage. And with this, I know that if I started again, I could be making like 1,000 to 2,000 profit within about 3 to 6 months. And that would be easy for me to do, knowing what I already know. So in this, we're going to have the Seller Pro plan on the Amazon Seller Central. So this is going to give us that benefit to have that buy box. There's a lot of other benefits that come with this, but it also gives you more access in different things in Seller Central. But the main thing is that buy box. When you're sending products to Amazon, then you can get that buy box and you can get sales and then go so quick. Now, training. Really, I would still go on YouTube and get as much information as possible. There's a ton of information on YouTube nowadays that you can get almost everything. The thing is, it's not necessarily all lined up from step 1 to 10. It's kind of, all jumbled up, and you need to work out, exactly what you need to do. You can do it. It just takes you a bit more time. And what about software? So now we've got the Seller app. That's for free. But really, when we're finding products, we want to use something like Seller Amp SaaS. Now, this is going to cost you like $20 a month, but it gives you a whole world of information, especially if you're in Europe, because you can see the other countries, the other main countries that you can sell this product in. You just put in your cost price and it's got all of this information. So I may not be able to sell this product in Spain, but it may sell very well in Germany and France. So it just helps out so much. $20 a month, it's really not a lot of money for the amount of information it's going to give you. So you got to do it. And then we've got Keeper. So you can use the free version, like the Helium 10 version, but I will be using Keeper. It's 19 euros a month, and you can just convert it into dollars, probably about $22, $23 a month. But it's so worth it, because when you're on your computer, you've got so much information on the computer when you're looking for online arbitrage. So this is really a must. And I would still use something free, the OS add-on extension. So like in the previous version, get this OS extension because it's going to help you out with the other sellers on the listing. So now let's move into supplies. So you're going to need some boxes. With the boxes, you can go free or you can pay for them. So I would personally go free if I can and get those boxes for nothing, because over the course of the year, if you can get the boxes easily, it's not going to cause you too much problems or time to go and get them. Why not do it? It can add up to literally tens of thousands. I know we would have spent on boxes over the years. So for us, it works, but we've got places we can pick them up. If you can't get them for free, then just go to your local hardware store and you'll be able to get them probably for 2 to 4 euros or dollars. And they're not too expensive, but it does add up over the year. So you're going to need some tape. So I would just get a pack of 6 tape and get one of the dispensers. And that's going to cost you probably, between 15 and 20 euros, something like that. Now, labels. Now, you can carry on getting Amazon to do this for you, even at this level, and just pay the 20 cents, around 20 cents per label. Or you can invest into a thermal printer. These are going to cost you between 200 euros, something like that. But at the beginning, I would probably be happy to get started using Amazon's service, invest the rest into inventory and get the ball rolling. And then month 2 or 3, then invest into a thermal printer. So for your thermal printer, you're going to need some labels. Now you can buy these, a roll of like 1,000 for between 5 and 10 euros. So if you buy a pack of 6, for example, it's going to cost you like 5 euros a roll. If you do decide to invest in the thermal printer and the labels, by the time you sent 1,000 units in, it's already paid for itself. But at the beginning, just if you want to go tight, just get Amazon to do it one by one. You can price that into your products, each product you find, and yeah, just get started. And you're going to need your printer. So if you haven't got one, then you're going to need to either get a cheap one, a laser printer ideally. You can also do labels on the laser printer if you're doing in bulk, and it prints your shipping labels. You can get these for less than 100 euros nowadays. So I would get one of those. If not, then get down to your local newsagent or library, get them printed there one at a time. You're going to pay like 20 cents for this, right? So if you want to go tight at the beginning, spend all the rest on inventory, do that. So in total, Bare bones, you probably spent less than 100 euros or dollars or pounds, and the rest you've got for inventory. So now it's time to get out, get learning on YouTube, actually go out and do it. Don't make some big mistakes. Buy in small quantities, and then you can just really learn from what works and what doesn't work. And then version 3, right? If you've got some more capital, so if you've got like 2,000 plus in capital to get started and you're sure you want to do this, this is Arbitrage Unleashed. So with this version, I know if I had 1 to 2,000 to start with, within 1 to 2 months, I could be making 1 to 2,000 euros, dollars, or pounds, whatever it is, every single month. And how do I know I can do this? Because I've done it for so long. For me, it's normal, it's natural. So 1,000 to 2,000 profit a month. Now, there's no guarantees, right? I'm just pretty sure that I could do this. So let's start with 2,000 plus. What are we going to get? So we're going to get Amazon Seller Central Pro plan again. So that's 40 a month. So let's get that the same as the previous version. So with training, start on YouTube. But if you find someone that you like and you resonate with, then you can see if they've got a course out and you can basically get everything put into an order, right? So it all slots together rather than trying to find bits and pieces like a 1,000-piece puzzle that's just all jumbled up. If you can get it all in an order that really makes sense, then you can speed up your timeline, right? Instead of maybe taking 6 months or 12 months, it could take you a lot less. So I'm willing to pay for someone else's knowledge. Now, I've done this for years. So I've paid thousands, tens of thousands even, for courses, not necessarily just on Amazon, but for courses that can speed me up. If I can basically take someone's 10, 20, 40, 50 years of knowledge, literally take that, pay for it, and download it into my brain to speed up my journey, I'm going to do it. At the beginning, you don't have to. So you can get on YouTube, get started, and then see if you find someone, and then you can pay for a course later on. So what else we're going to need? We're going to need some software again. We're going to need SellerAmp, same as before, $20. We're going to need Keeper, 19 euros. We're going to need OS add-on, free. So if you're in the USA, get Inventory Lab. It's going to help you out so much to manage your inventory and really be able to break down the profits, etc. If you're anywhere else selling on any other market, I would suggest something called Seller Toolkit. Inventory Lab's $69, the basic. Seller Toolkit is £33. They're in the UK. And, just convert that to whatever you want to. But that's really what I would do to get started, because it's going to help you manage your inventory. It's going to help you break down the profits. And that's really what you need to begin with, because you're going to be going at a higher level now with more units, more quantities, more SKUs. So really you want to keep organized from the beginning. Now with Seller Toolkit, it also comes a repricer. It's an extra add-on. It's £35. But at the beginning, once you get past 50, 70, or 100 SKUs, it's going to be a nightmare for you to be able to manage prices. You're going to need some sort of repricer. I really recommend STK. They've got so many variables in there that you can really adjust it to exactly what your style and your plan is. And really, like before, you're going to need your boxes. You're probably going to want to start paying for boxes now. So you've got them there. And if you see any boxes when you're out hunting, just pick them up. And you can use any box as long as it's strong and durable. Just take off any shipping labels that have been on there from before. You're good to go. You're going to need your tape. You're going to need your thermal printer if you don't decide to have Amazon print your labels to begin with. And you're going to need your scales. So you're probably going to want to invest in some of Amazon. Like I say, at the beginning, we used bathroom scales for years. So if you've got good bathroom scales, use those. If not, invest in 20 or 50 euros and dollars into some scales that are going to help you out when you're doing your shipments. So the rest is going to be for inventory. So far we've spent about 400-500 on the rest of our tools that are going to really speed up our process. So now the rest is basically going out and doing your thing in stores, using these tools, learning more on YouTube, and making some mistakes. But make mistakes that don't cost you money, right? You learn more from your mistakes than you'll ever learn from your successes. But make sure they're small mistakes, right? Try and find as many different products as possible in as many different categories as possible to begin with. Start getting ungated in more different categories and really start to grow and scale your business. Now, if you're not selling in the country where you are finding products, so you're doing online arbitrage, for example, in the US, and you're living outside the US, you're going to need a third-party logistics, so a 3PL, to prep those products for you anyway. And if you want to find out a bit more about 3PLs, leave a comment down below. I can get a video done for you and show you how we source products in 3 different countries. We get them shipped to the 3PLs, and then they send them to Amazon, and then they ship them all across Europe. So did I miss anything, guys? If I did, leave a comment down below. If you haven't hit that like button, please do it now and subscribe for more. And I'll see you in the next video.